Okay, dear Heavenly Father, I just honor you for this day. I just thank you, and I'm grateful for all the things that you have for us. I'm grateful for all the knowledge and the wisdom and the word you're going to give me to be able to teach these consultants what they need to know. Let their minds be open to hear and these great ideas, and pray for abundance, blessing, and favor and healing over all of them, and healing over their finances, their bodies, and their families and extended families. Lord, I just pray for wisdom to deal with all the outside sources that are coming at them and all the fiery darts. Lord, give them a shield to fight off the enemy, Lord, and just put an armor of God on them to protect them and their families. And I just pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, so let's get started. So tonight we're actually talking. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm so excited because it's Janis Trude. And I watched the video, of course, first, and she gave me ideas that I didn't even think about doing. So let me go ahead and share my screen, share my audio, and share my screen. Hold on, let me pull up the right screen to share. Oh, just give me a second for that. I got to pull up the right screen to share. That's for sure. Oh, it's sharing, but I don't know what it's sharing. Is it sharing it? No, I don't know what it's sharing. Let's go back. Let me unshare. Technical stuff here. It's so funny in my Bible study, people want me to show them how to do this. I'm going like, oh, okay. Okay, so let me share it again. And I didn't have the video pulled up, but I didn't know if it would transfer over. So let me go ahead and share this screen. There we go. So now I know she's up there because I can see her up there. Okay, so let's go ahead and play. I'm going to turn off the sound. I hope you have something to take notes on, because she's got a lot of, I'm going to have to take notes myself, because there's things on there that she said on how she blazed her trail. Now, mind you, she has consultants in other countries. She built in Europe. She built in, oh, I can't remember the other one, a couple of other countries. So she, and it's how she built in those countries, how she built here, and what she's doing here in the last 2 years. You need to listen, take notes. And so, because at the end, I'm going to ask the questions. And then it's the same questions every single week that we watch these videos. So let me go ahead and start this. Hold on.
Well, hello, Boss Babe Consultants. I am so excited to be on here with you today. And by the way, Happy New Year. You know, I'm just excited about the series, and I hope you are too, and I hope you're ready to take notes. Everybody has a different way of trailblazing, and I love the word trailblazing. So thank you for being a part of the series and wanting to trailblaze your business. Well, my name is Janis Trude, and I'm excited to share, I'm getting my notes here with you, with some of you today about trailblazing ideas to make sure that you thrive in 2025. You know, trailblazing to me, and I think the definition is different for everybody, it means doing things that are a little bit out of the ordinary, stretching your mind to think of so many more ways to reach people and do Mary Kay. Trailblazing is also jumping in someplace and having no idea how to get started, but you're just going to blaze the trail. And I think it's a mindset also. I love trailblazing. I've moved several times, and I've built several countries. And as I jumped into a new country where I knew absolutely nobody, this is the fascination of how you can just meet people today. So if you think about it, this company has been blazing trails since Mary Kay started in 1963. Well, she started in Texas, right? And today we are in every state in the United States and 30 other countries, of which I have blazed those trails also. You know, I was trained by Mary Kay, and I remember Mary Kay saying once, if this is where you live, so you take your city, right now where you live, you take your city, and you go an hour north, south, east, and west. And that's where you start to trailblaze, start where you are and go an hour north, south, east, and west. And as you blaze that trail, then where you're there, and building pockets are really fun. I love the fact that I can travel all over the world and blaze trails and just see some things. Some of the great things about building other countries is seeing how Mary Kay works in other countries and how excited they are about our product and how they blaze the trail with another language or another situation, or they don't have cars, and they jump on trains. Can you imagine jumping on a train with all your starter bag and some of your product? I mean, we're so used to certain things. And so I just want to let you give you a few things that I did as a consultant and moving up to blaze the trail. Okay. So here we go. As a consultant, number one, I did learn to brand myself. And I think that's really important because if you're in a new area, you want to blaze a trail, you want to be seen, you want to be noticed. And so I will tell you that branding yourself is super important. I'm always talking to my area about branding themselves right away. So when I was out about, especially in a new area, I was always wearing a Mary Kay t-shirt or a beauty coat or a baseball cap to the sports games or whatever. But I was always branding myself. When I go into a store, my pink Cadillac does not follow me. So it's really important to brand yourself. So I'm going to ask you, if you're out blazing a trail, are you branding yourself? I could just tell you how many hundreds of people have come up to me and said, are you in Mary Kay? Because I have worn something that says Mary Kay on it. So super important to brand yourself. But not only just branding yourself, do you have business cards and samples? I always have business cards and samples with me. I always take cute little bags with me, charcoal masks, things like that. So as you are branding yourself out there, do you have samples with you? Are you prepared to have cute little bags with a charcoal mask sample, a charcoal mask instruction sheet, and something to hand out to somebody? I mean, we usually make these up in the thousands, okay? So, and it's such a great thing to do is to give out charcoal masks. So make sure that you're not only branded, but you have samples and cards to always have with you. I've moved several times in my career and started building where I didn't even know anyone. So one of the things that I've always loved to do to meet lots of people at one time is pop-up vendor events, because it would give me an opportunity to see and reach many more people. So I'll give you an example. I wanted to move to a new area and I knew basically one consultant there, but I heard that there was nothing going on there and I knew it was a fresh place. I was the brand new actual sales director and I left everybody behind and went 9 hours south of me. And when I moved to this town, I found 3 different events that were going on. One was a bridal event. One was a beauty expo, and one was an event with the Chamber of Commerce. And those 3 events provided me hundreds and hundreds of leads. So I want to say, if you're going to blaze the trail, you need to also be very tight on your follow-up. And I wanted to say that again, because if you're going to blaze the trail and you get a lot of these leads, systems have to be in place. Text messages need to be created. All those things are really great because the follow-up is great. Anybody can get lots of leads. I can get 500 leads. You can get 300 leads, 200 leads, 100 leads, whatever. But if we don't have a system to follow up right away, it's not going to help you. So I want you to be super tight on your follow-up, okay? I love doing things for the foundation also too. I've done a lot of stuff for Mary Kay's Foundation, like community events, especially during the spring and summer. So I created this kind of skin cancer awareness idea where I would be at different pop-up events with my consultants or with your team members or just starting by yourself, okay? So what we did at Skin Cancer Awareness Boost, I ordered the breast cancer awareness, the shower tags that you can actually buy on Section 2. You may not even know that we have those, but they are a shower tag that you put in the shower and it hangs there to examine your breast for breast cancer or for lumps. And so I purchased those on Section 2. I created a presentation board. Y'all know what a presentation board is? It's a board that's like that Black Science project board that you had when you were helping your kids. All right, so here's what we did. It said skin cancer awareness on the top. I wore a beauty coat, okay? One panel of the board was Mary Kay and the Foundation. One panel on the board was products of Mary Kay. And the center part was things that I picked up either on Mary Kay's website or the American Cancer Society on skin, cancer, melanoma, taking care of your skin, statistical information. I even had some brochures to hand out, okay? So I had all these, and I love it because the presentation board stands perfect at a table. You can imagine a table with a tablecloth, and skin cancer awareness was there. We also had a bowl of candy, it attracts the kids, and a bowl of those skin cancer or the cancer awareness, those rubber band arm things that have the logo on them also too. And we had information on melanoma and handed out flyers and all that stuff, all from the American Cancer Society. So we gave out, as people would come by my booth, I would hand them the breast cancer shower tab, you know, a sample of our sunscreen. I'd even have hand cream for them to try. And of course then, you know, would you like to have some hand cream? Would you like a little goodie bag? We would get samples of our new sunscreen is great too. So we have samples of that. And then we did drawings. I said, would you love to enter our drawing? We're giving away 25 U+2s. I did a lot of U+2s early on in my career. I figured everybody had 2 friends. And so that's what I did. I love big parties of 5 or 6, but I had them enter a drawing. So I had a registration slip to enter a drawing for a U+2 event. That meant them and their 2 friends. And so I love doing U+2s. Now, these presentation boards that we did in the Skin Cancer Awareness Board, believe it or not, we did so well in my national area at farmers markets. I know it sounds crazy. On a Saturday morning during the spring and the summer, we would show up at some farmers markets. And you know what? Some of them actually gave us an opportunity to just say, Janice, if you're not going to sell anything or do anything, like just have awareness on skin cancer, you can stand there all day if you want. We're not even going to charge you for it. I'm like, I'm good with that. Of course, I had a Mary Kay, you know, Mary Kay beauty coat on, and I gave away samples, okay, of our sunscreen. I had information there about Mary Kay. I had Mary Kay banners behind me, so I looked really professional. It really looked great, but I was there for awareness for Mary Kay and the foundation. And then I had people register for the drawings for the U+2. But then came the follow-up. It was great to meet you today. You were one of our winners. You have a U+2. So I did a lot of those types of things because it gave me an opportunity to meet people. Bridal fairs. I did a ton of bridal fairs, health fairs, expos. I did gym events. Maybe you ever gone, you know, people feel, you know, go to the gym. Some of your bigger gyms or like LA Fitness, or I'm trying to think of some of the other big name gyms, UFC gyms. Some of those have what they call an opportunity for a vendor day, and you can come in and you can give out samples. We did really good at gym events also too, because I feel like if people are going to spend money to make themselves look good, I mean, feel good, they want to look good also too. So we used to do a program called Look Good, Feel Great. And we'd have a presentation board that said, look good, feel great, take care of your skin. And we would hand out samples of the gym events. Why did I do these? Because as I was blazing a trail and going into a new area, I didn't know how to really start just meeting one person at a time. And I figured getting involved in the community or things that were going on in the area, even customer appreciation events at stores. I really jumped into the Chamber of Commerce's. I probably have joined, I have no idea, maybe 100 in my career. And I do the mixers or the after hours. And you think about all the different types of women. You know, there's the moms out there, and then there's the working women out there, and then there's the single parents out there. I try to look for different pockets of people. Trailblazing is all about meeting people in new places and figuring out where to go next. And so don't be afraid to drive and even jump on a plane, you know, if you need to do that. So where does everybody hang out? Where do the moms groups hang out? Where are the clubs or the organizations or anything like that? I did a lot of these types of events with my people. And in the very beginning, I did it myself in order for me to build my unit as a up and coming consultant. And then as a DIQ, I found these are really helpful also to me. Seasonal things too. I did anything I could get involved in. Community-wise, or if it had to do with the foundation, whether it had to do with cancer or domestic violence. I did a lot of domestic violence shelter events also too. All these things got my name out there, and it helped me to trailblaze all across the United States. Today, I have people in so many states all across the United States today. I have loved building countries. I'll tell you a quick story. When I went to Europe to build there first, they always say go with a bunch of leads. Well, I just jumped. I knew one person in Holland, the Netherlands, and there was a bridal fair, and I saw when the bridal fair was, and I scheduled myself to go. I purchased the stand to go to the bridal fair. There were 500 booths at this event. and I knew one consultant there. From that one event, we brought in 5 team members, and today we have hundreds of people over there. And so from those one things like that, now I will tell you, my follow-up had to be super tight there, because when you're only there for 3 weeks, if somebody says, well, call me in a couple months, that was not going to happen, because I'd have been back in America. So anytime, even when I went to the Philippines and some of the places in the countries that I've been to, anytime we've done things like this, we've always looked for opportunities where we could see a lot of people at one time. And so look for those things. Where do you find them? Well, you can find them on Eventbrite. You can also go to your Google, or you can also go into the Facebook bar. I find the Facebook search bar is a really good thing to do. I can't even begin to tell you how many Facebook groups that I'm involved in, but a lot. You know, blazing the trail is getting out there and just doing some things. I will tell you, in the last 3 years, I have gone to more places and blazed more trails in the last 3 years than I think I did in my whole first part of my time in Mary Kay. It's been so great to just pop into places and do things. I've done makeover events at flower shops, at bridal salons. Those have been really great. Customer appreciation. So think out of the box. So trailblazing is also a mindset where you can just think about ways that you can build and other places that you can go. Brand yourself, have samples, look for those opportunities, you know, be out there, don't be afraid. And there have been times, I just did a vendor event with 2 of my consultants yesterday. There'll be times we have to get up super early and put up a tent and some of that. But I wanted to also say is make sure when you do this, you look amazing. Everybody is branded. All my people have Mary Kay t-shirts on. We all look the same. It looks like you're walking into an amazing place. Make it pop. That is super, super important. So I hope that these ideas helped you in blazing the trail a little bit for your future. I know that this year, 2025, is going to be a time for you to all thrive in 2025. And I wish you all the best. But remember, you will learn from all of these things. And even if you only get one lead, that's great. I have so many stories. I could be here for hours of people that I have met last year at a farmer's market who have now gone through DIQ and are sales directors today, just in this last year. Places we've met people at pop-up events or vendor events or chamber events. Oh my gosh, the list goes on. But you know what? If we don't stretch ourselves and we don't blaze trails, we don't get to grow our business. So I hope that helped you today. And Happy New Year. I know 2025 is going to be a year that you thrive.
Yay, yay, yay. Okay. So, you know, I had aha on her events on what she did. Any takeaways? Anything you liked? Anything you didn't like? I know you're driving, Karen, so you probably can't talk. But I want to say one thing that she brought to my attention is because, you know, sometimes I don't do vendor events because it's a time of the season where there's nothing to sell. Because I always sell at my vendor events, sell gifts. Let me just say this. It has to be like Christmas or Valentine's or Mother's Day. And I'll sell the gifts, a few gifts that I have wrapped up, but I don't go out and take my inventory and sell that. But I do sell gifts. But what I did like about what she said is the cancer awareness idea. I like the cancer awareness idea. I have gotten those cards for breast exam to pass out, and then I didn't pass them out. I've gotten those. I haven't got but I'm not sure. I'll have to re-listen to see how she set up her board. But those are skin cancer awareness instead of, you know, like most people, when you do say, hey, I got Mary Kay, and they always go, well, what are you going to sell? Well, I'm not going to sell nothing, but I'm going to do skin cancer awareness. And let me just tell you, just by doing skin cancer awareness and getting names and numbers, you're going to sell not there at the booth, but you're going to sell products because you're going to get in front of people, which is better than just selling a wrapped gift at the booth. A wrapped gift at the booth brings you money now. But when you do a facial on somebody and they purchase some products from you, that brings you I want to say residual income. It brings you money because they have to reorder products and they want to try more products. You're going to make more money off of that than you are that one-time purchase of a gift. So I kind of like that idea. Um, and I've got to process it in my brain on how to do it in order to set it up. But it is a great idea. Skin cancer awareness is really important. And I can say this because I've had skin cancer and had to have it cut off my face. And not that I didn't use sunscreen on my face, but where this skin cancer was, I did not use sunscreen right there because it was right next to my eye. So, but skin cancer is skin cancer awareness. People have skin cancer all the time because we're out in the sun. And now we have an awesome sunscreen that's coming out that you can promote. And I don't know if they're going to make samples of that sunscreen or if you can make samples. I mean, I've made samples and passed them out to my customers. I made up about 5 samples and I passed them out to customers as they're reordering. I'm dropping them in their bag for them to try. And so it's just to make them aware. So when they get the book in the mail, which should be here, I don't know when it'll be here, sometime before the 15th of February, it should be here, should be in their mailbox. So, and there is a sample of the dynamic wrinkle limiter, probably on page 15, where that product is. That's the sample that I've heard it's going to be in the book. So when you're following up, so now we're going to talk about follow-up. PCP, I have not started following up with my customers. So sorry, my dogs are right here at my feet. Hope you can't hear them. They're being really not nice, but they're not being. But so follow up, start following up with your PCP people. I don't know if you can order on the 10th or if you have to wait till the 15th, but it doesn't, if you didn't send any books out, you have to wait till the 15th. If you did send some books out, you can start following up. You can start promoting the new products, get your customers excited about getting the book and seeing the new products, the new mascara. Everybody can order the new mascara. So start promoting that. Start doing videos on that. I've got to get on there and start doing tutorial videos with the new products. So, but we have bronzers coming out, brow kits coming out, and I'll be doing like I normally do. I'll do a video, make it a YouTube link and post it to teach on how to, one way to use the products, because not everybody uses them the same way. Not everybody has the same amount of brows, same shape of brows. Not everybody uses contours and highlighters, but I at least try the new products once. I have one demo set because I run across so many people, and you want to make sure you know the way it feels, the way it goes on, it glides on, the what it looks like. So when you have people asking you, you can actually tell them, well, I think this color would be better for you, or, you know, try the brow, buy a brow kit for your color of brows and just feel the texture of the brow kit. I mean, put it on the pomade and all of that. Try it. This morning I was on a director meeting and our bronze colored directors that were on there made a statement that what they did, that they found in the brow kits, the highlighter that goes underneath the brow is not bright enough. It doesn't highlight. And so what Kiana McKinney said was she put a concealer under there, a little bit of a concealer under there, and then put it on, and it actually popped better than having just that powder on there, because the powder did not work so well. So, but there's just different ways, you know, you don't know until you play in the new products. And we did the Monday night mingle with the new products last night. And if you didn't see it, you can go back in. We have our party group. We were on there, and Facebook made me take off one of the videos that I played, but it's okay. The rest of it's still there. And on your In Touch, you should be able to see, I'm hoping you should be able to see the new products. I'm not sure if you can. I'm not a consultant. So I don't know if consultants can see all the new products like us directors can, but they are coming out. You need to promote. The sunscreen feels awesome. I haven't put it on my face. I've just put it on my arms. And it's not greasy. It's lightweight. It's not, you know how you get sunscreen on and it feels really thick, and this does not. It soaks right in. So, and it's up to, it's really good for your face and your body. So, and the After Sun replenishing gel, I need to order it. I already have some from the last time we had some. And the After Sun replenishing gel. Let me just tell you, if you get hot, you don't have to have a sunburn. You don't have to be out in the sun, but if you just get hot at home, have hot flashes, I'm going to give you a tip. Put it on the back of your neck or put it right here on the inside of your arms, and it'll calm your hot flashes down. Now, Mary Kay won't tell you that because, you know, they can't tell you that, but I'm going to tell you that. I've sold it to people, so it cools them off because that's what it does. It cools off the sunburn, but it also cools off your body. So it's really good for that. So if you get hot flashes, that's a good way to try the product. And you know, but put it. I have a customer who used to put it all over. She'd get out of the shower and put it all over her body as like a lotion. To I don't know why, because it hydrates. It feels good. If you've never bought it, buy one tube and try it. If you buy one tube and try it, you'll be able to sell it because it feels amazing. Just like the sunscreen with the SPF 50, you'll be able to sell it once you try it. Okay. I think that's it. We had questions to go over, but I need people to interact. And so I'm not sure if Francesca, if she can unmute, if you want to answer any, or Karen can unmute. Because we did the Boss Babes, but do you know why she wanted to blaze a new trail? Did she ever say why she wanted to blaze a new trail?
I didn't hear that from her. I was not really hearing. I just picked it up in the end. But Janis Trude is amazing. She has a plethora of ideas,
Yes,
and
she does. She
she's
does.
she's so funny.
Yeah, she is. I think what happened is she moved to another area. She moved 9 hours away. And so she went to events. She went to those 3 events to start building in that area because she had moved 9 hours away. I don't, some of these questions, like what was her inspiration? I don't really remember what her inspiration was, but okay, so how does her story inspire you?
That she will continue on her mission once she's finished here in the United States. She's going to continue on in Europe and continue to pass on the legacy of Mary Kay. That inspires me, that she has a
Right,
heart for Mary Kay that deep. And her, what inspires me about her, that she's funny, she's real, she's genuine, she's all about the business. And she has a sister who's running the race with her. And she never, our stories is we never think we're going to be in a position that we're in, when we start. And it's not about where we start, it's how we finish. So
that's
that's
it.
what inspires me about every story that I hear, because nobody imagines their life being a successful Mary Kay, and
Right,
what you gain along the way. It is so inspiring, and that's what keeps me in Mary Kay, just knowing
right,
what's available to achieve for myself, and also to pass it on to those that have no clue.
right. Yeah, it is amazing. Um, I just, you know, she, one of the biggest takeaway, I mean, I've seen her for a long time, and I know that um, she's done a lot of stuff, and she's built in other countries as I watch. And it is not easy to build in other countries, especially when you don't speak the language. I mean, you know, well, she might have spoke the language, but then again, she was in Europe and then she was in Singapore. And so, but it's just to go out and build in another area, just to go out and build 9 hours away from where she was at to start building. Now, we don't know why she moved 9 hours away. She didn't say that, but there must have been something that she did to move 9 hours away and start building. And I'll just say that when I was focused on building in other areas, I was like her. I drove to Reno once a month to build in that area and up to Susanville. I spent one day in Reno doing parties, and I went up to Susanville and did parties. And I have consultants still in Reno and in Susanville. But I drove up there once a month, and that's not, I mean, 6 hours to Reno. And that's like almost nonstop. So that's making one stop, I think, one or two, just long enough to get gas and go to the bathroom and get back in and go. So, you know, you do what you got to do. And when you're focused on building in other areas, I did not, I warm chattered when I went to Reno. I didn't do events there. I did warm chatter, but I also got bridal leads there. And so I booked bridal leads and went and I secured a spot at a pizza place to where I could be there that day and just invite them that day into the place at the pizza place to meet me there, or I would go to their house. I've been to their houses and I've been to the pizza place, and I just booked and went. And I put it on my calendar, and that's what I did. I've been to Vegas and did facials. I go to the coast. I was just talking to somebody over in San Luis Obispo right now, booking her. So I drive in other areas. If you limit yourself to just your neighborhood, you're not going to get very far. You have to limit yourself outside of your neighborhood. So you got to think bigger, think bigger. But Janis Trude was amazing. Marina, how did her story inspire you? You heard part of it.
Actually, I watched it on Facebook because I got kicked out of the Zoom for my Wi-Fi or something. But I mean, it was relatable in the sense that I've been trying to do events here and there. So just the other ideas beyond events, like, you know, the bridal thing, like you talked about, and other things. So that was interesting.
Ooh.
Like that inspired me to like maybe look into other avenues.
Okay, did it inspire you on how she did her setup on her events and not worry about selling the product?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a different way of looking into it. I mean, I would like to promote the cancer, like you said, like have a presentation, but kind of, but like, I don't know, like, I feel like I could sell product better too. You know, maybe if I had a flyer or something about like the cancer and like, you know, like you said, like maybe that shower thing they were talking about, but still had the product. Because I like to, like you said before, if you sampled something or if you use something, you start liking it, and then you
Right,
can sell it. I
right,
want to be able to do that, you know, like, oh,
right,
you like, what do you need? What are your needs? What do you need, or whatever, or
right.
I don't know. It's kind of hard, but I learned, you know, different ideas to think about.
Yeah, I never would have thought doing a board, you know, like they do in school and putting that up there and setting it up there and doing it that way. I never would have thought that would be from the furthest thing from my mind. I'm going like, oh, you know,
Or
okay,
having the space for it.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you know what it does is it draws attention for people to come to your booth. That's
Yeah.
what it draws the attention of people to come to your booth. When they see that, they're going like, oh, what's this? You know,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, all the booths out there are out there selling, selling, selling. So people walk by because they don't want to buy, buy, buy. But when they walk by just to get something for free, like she gave away those little wrist things and candy and just pamphlets or whatever on skin cancer, how to take care of your skin. She met people, and you know what? And then when they enter to win, it's you plus two. You're going to get in front of three people, whether it's virtual or in person, and whether you have to pass out pampering packs or do it in person, and you're going to get more sales from that than when you're there selling mascaras or body lotions or, you know, satin hands or something like that, you're going to get longer longevity in there for the reorders of the products. So, and that's, you know, and that's important. You want customers for life, not just a 1-minute sale, not just a one-time sale. You want customers for life. And I say that because, let me grab my food. I wasn't going to say anything, but I went in and I couldn't print it, but I went in to see what my grocery receipts were from the time I started using my Boulevard. Now, I started Mary Kay in 2000, but the time I started using my Boulevard until December 31st, 2024, how much I sold. I have sold $721,541. That's a lot of product in 19 years. It's a lot of product, but you see, a lot of it, and I'm not bragging about it, but my goal is to hit 1 million. I won't get the 1 million plaque, but I want to hit 1 million. So, but if you think about it, I sell more now than I did back when I first started using Boulevard and putting all this stuff in there. But I averaged the years in, and I'm thinking the years in and where I was at. Let me see. And how much it averaged extra a month over the years. Now, I didn't sell 5,000 way back in the day. I'm just saying. I was so excited one time when I lived in Reno in 2002. I think it was 2002 at Christmas. I sold $1,700 in 1 week. I was excited. So, but that didn't happen very often. I mean, I was just a consultant, and so I wasn't selling a ton, but I sell more now than I did way back in those early days, even when I was hustling, meeting people, doing facials and doing all the things. Now, my whole point in this is to give you an idea on what you can do by doing facials and classes and reorders, and the reorders you get from doing the facials, the classes, and meeting the people. Okay. So let me take the 721,541. I think I divided it by 240. So it's actually 12 times 19. It's 228 months. 228 months in my time span. So 721,541 divided by 28. So that averaged, well, that didn't come out right. Come out 25,000. Wait, 721,541 divided by, what did I say? What did I say that number was?
Was it 25?
228?
Or 28? Oh, yeah.
228. Okay, so that means I averaged in all of these years, which I did not. I've done more averaging this amount in the last, I don't know, the last couple of years I've been selling a ton. The last few years I've been selling over 50,000 a year. So it averages 3,164 a month, 3,164 over all the 19 years. So you're averaging in and out. So, but my point is, out of that, $70,887 were from classes. 53,611 was from facials. And then I had some on the goes, and I had some website orders. My websites were only 8,700. But and then my outside sales, my seasonal sales was only 42,509. But my reorders from doing the classes and the facials, $533,760. $533,760 from doing the classes and the facials. So you see, you get the reorders and the reorders and the reorders besides a one-time sale. If you take care of your customers. So the reorders are where it's at. I mean, reorders are easy peasy. Once you do the work the reorders come in. And I had a director's meeting, they said, you can't, you should not it's all about the new business. And it is about the new business coming in. You should focus on the new business because the reorders will happen when you focus on getting the new people. But the PCP's here. And so those go to people to follow up and get the reorders. And so I'm going to be following up this next week, and it's going to take me a hot minute because I have so many books out that are getting mailed out, and I get frustrated and all of the things and lose my voice. And I have other things that I'm doing as well. So I have to work it in when I have time off to make the phone calls or the text messages. Because I send out the emails to the people and say, hey, your book's in the mail. Keep your eyes open for it. But do they really read the email? I don't know. You don't know. There's no way of telling if they actually look through the email. They open it, but do they, out of the 200 and something that gets sent out, do they actually read it? I don't know. You know what I mean? You don't know. But there again, when you send a text message, sometimes they don't reply. So sometimes I leave phone calls on certain people. I'll, if their name jumps off the page at me, I'll call them and leave them a voicemail message. Hey, just checking on you. Make sure you check your mailbox for the book coming out. I don't say, hey, you need to order. No. It's usually like, hi, Maria, this is Valerie with Mary Kay. Just letting you know your book is going out in the mail on February 5th. There is a sample on page 15, so make sure you check it out. It's the new dynamic wrinkle limiter. If there's anything you need or want to try, or if you don't get your book, please let me know. Thank you so much. Have a great day. That's what I say. Exactly what I say. And it works every time. They'll call me back. They'll text me back, say, hey, I didn't get my book. Or, hey, I need this. I'm glad you called. You know what I mean? That's how I do it. I would rather get a voicemail than a live person. Because a voicemail, I can rattle it off and be done and go to the next one. When you get live people, they want conversation. They want to know what's going on in your life, and it's a good thing because your customers become your friends. They become your family, actually. So you check up. Like I've got some in senior homes. I'm going to call and check on them because I haven't heard from them. So, but I've got other customers in other states. I'm going to call and check on them because I haven't heard from them. I always call and say, hey, how you doing? I just follow up and check on them, not just because I want to order. They say, well, I don't need anything. No, I'm not calling for that. I'm just checking on you, let you know your book's in the mail and to see how you're doing. So you have to build a relationship with your customers. That's what I'm going to tell you. That's how you can get $500,000 in reorders. My goal is $1 million. So before 2030, I'm going to hit $1 million. It's my goal. And if I keep selling 50,000 a year, I'll get there. Maybe if I do a little bit more, then I can get there faster. But I use my money to help pay for stuff. From gas to groceries to doctor bills to medicine to new clothes. So just, pay bills, whatever I need to use the money for. But it's my money and I pay myself. So it's like a paycheck. And they say to actually pay yourself every Friday. But sometimes I forget to do that, to scan it in, to do it that way. I just do it, when I get a bunch of money in there, and then I'll say, okay, this is mine. And I take it. So any questions? Any ideas? No? I'm going to cough. I've been talking too much. My throat. Okay, you guys, I think that's it. Just remember, PCP's coming up. You can make sure you follow up with your customers. And if you didn't mail out books, then you're going to have to order books and pass them out or mail them out. That's what I'm going to say. And they're expensive to mail them out, but you can still do it. Costs like $1.50 or so. Depends on how you mail them. Make sure you turn your book, and I don't have one. Let me grab one.
Valerie, I do know that the the catalogs will go out on the 7th of February from Mary Kay Corporation. So,
Yeah.
and it's usually snail mail, so it's quite a,
Yeah. That's why I figured they'll be there by the 15th, and sometimes they get there after. But if you go to mail a book out, do not mail it this way. This is the back side. Turn it this way. Tape it. Oh, actually, I turn it this way. Tape it. I put my return address up here at the top. I write it in, put from, and then I put to, and I mail it. I put the stamps right here. Mail it like an envelope. It's cheaper. You mail it this way, it costs you more. Mail it this way, like an envelope. Make sure you tape, put a piece of Scotch tape to hold it together so it doesn't, because if your books get ripped or torn, the mail people, they will throw them out. And then your customers will not get them. Just so you know.
Valerie, how much do they normally run in when you mail it that way? Because
I usually put about 2 to 3 stamps on there. If you take it to the post office, they may want to charge you more. They say it's special or whatever, but if you put 2 to 3 stamps, put 3 stamps on there, you should be good. Which is like $1.50, 60, 70, something like that. That's why it's cheaper to have Mary Kay mail them out for 95 cents or whatever it is.
90 cents in tax.
Which is about 95 or 96 cents or something. I don't know.
And
But
plus,
yeah,
it looks like it's coming from you too. So it looks like it's real special.
right. It does. And so, however, it has a sample in it where these, when you mail them out from home, they do not. But you know what? If you missed it, just grab some and start passing them out and mail some out anyway. People want to know that you care about them. It's all about customer service. I didn't get this many customers just because they all just landed on my front porch. I did a lot of faces in order to get all those reorders. I'll tell you, I was hitting the streets, man. Nobody was safe. But it's the way we were. And just like Janis says, she did the booths. Okay, well, I didn't do a whole lot of booths back in the day. I didn't know about the booths till I got into the chamber and started doing chamber events. But I didn't do the pop-up. We didn't have so many pop-ups back in the day. I'm saying not until COVID hit. And then after COVID, we have pop-ups, pop-ups, pop-ups. We got more pop-ups now than we've ever had in my entire life. But it's a good thing. But you've got to make your booth enticing and you've got to look the part. I'm not saying you have to go out there with high heels and a dress on, but I always dress the way that, like, they have themes sometimes at booths. I mean, at events, they have themes. Sometimes I dress the theme, you know what I mean? But I put my Mary Kay banner out there on my table. Or I have a Mary Kay banner I can hang on my canopy. But I always I look good. I don't look like I just rolled out of bed with slippers on and all of that. So I don't have a lot of Mary Kay t-shirts. So we can go to MK Connections and get a t-shirt. I do have my apron that says Mary Kay, and I wear that. I like it because it has pockets on it. And it kind of looks, kind of professional. But look professional when you go, it just, I know that like when I've done the one down at the river down there, the cowboy one, Cowboy Christmas or whatever, I actually would wear cowboy stuff. I look like I was cowboy because that's what it was. If I would have had cowboy boots, I probably would have wore those too. I didn't wear a cowboy hat though. I'm not so much into hats, but I looked like I fit into the theme that they were. You know what I mean? Didn't look like just any other vendor, but my face was always on. So, or I wore a thick sweater, something nice. So, anything else? Melissa was having trouble with my customers the other day, trying to input on her an order so it show up on a weekly accomplishment sheet. Anybody else have trouble with that? I don't use my customers, so
No, I don't. I barely use them either. You know, I didn't notice anything.
yeah, if you input a receipt for your customers, in your My Customers, it automatically goes to your weekly accomplishment sheet for you, showing what you've done. So
Oh.
at the end of the year, you'll have totals of what you've done for the year.
Oh, wow. That's good to know.
Yeah. And we were talking about receipts from the My Customers app today. Katrina on our meeting, Katrina was asking if anybody uses the app, if they email the receipt or just text a picture of the receipt to the customers, or, you know, how do you do your receipts, or do you handwrite your receipts? And there's a variety of things, but I don't use the My Customers. But yeah, it automatically goes to your weekly accomplishment sheet and shows what you've done. You don't have to manually input on your weekly accomplishment sheet. So if you get a new customer and you put her in on My Customer and you put what she sold, what she bought, it'll create. And Katrina was asking about the taxes. Does it calculate the taxes? And I think it does. So yeah, so it calculates all that for you. It's supposed to. So take advantage of it and help track of stuff so you don't have to do it yourself. I use Boulevard, so it keeps track of all that for me, and I can just one page for the end of the year.
Here it comes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to look into that, how to get to that section, because I have the app. So is it on the app?
Yeah, it's the app, because she was on the app and she was trying to put in a sale for her customer, and it wasn't letting her. It made her go to the customer twice and put in two separate sale tickets, and it showed up. I looked at the weekly, I can see the weekly accomplishment sheet. So I could go in there and see what the name of the person and how much the sale was.
Oh, okay.
So it automatically goes to the weekly. She hadn't even transferred it over to the weekly accomplishment sheet, but it pulled up on my report. So
Gee.
I know. So it's interesting. So try it out. Try the My Customers and input your customer and start doing a sales ticket from there. And see what happens. You can handwrite one still, but play with it. Input what you handwrite into the My Customers and put your customers in, because you're probably already putting them in your My Customers to do a PCP. So why not do a sales ticket from there as well? A handwritten one to give to them there, and then a sales ticket for on there, so you can actually send it to your weekly accomplishment sheet so you can see what you're doing for the year.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll have to do that.
It totals it up for the whole year, and at the end of the year, you'll see what you've done for the whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool that way. You can see your progress. So you're going, wow, I sold that much. I don't think I sold that much. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
And if you can go back, if you still have receipts back to the 1st of January, I would go back in and put them in, and it'll download them. It'll put it in there, so you can actually track from the 1st of January.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Might as well. You know, it's the beginning of the year.
Yeah, we're only in February, so at least we're not like in May.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I know that would be a lot of work.
It is. I've done that before. Messed up and had to go back in, and I don't wait. I input all my receipts. Like I'm getting ready to input my receipts for January into my Excel spreadsheet so I can close out January.
Okay.
Yeah, I do that. I do all that. So, but anyway, well, I guess that's it. You guys have any other questions? Oh, there's that one thing, that one event coming up. Karen and I talked about it. It's coming up in, do you remember, Karen? Oh, it's coming up in, hold on.
March Career Conference?
April. Well, we have career conference. Okay, so we have career conference, but okay, let me just tell you this. Virtual is $50. In person is 100 and something.
25.
Yeah. Are you going in person?
Yes.
Okay. Virtual is the weekend after you go. Yeah, I have to do virtual. It is my granddaughter's birthday, and so I'm not going to be gone on her birthday. But I will do virtual the following week, and they will stream it in from Allen, Texas. And I think we should all get together and do something on that day. Do career conference together, but we haven't got that far. But there's another event coming in April. April 26th. What is it? It's Saturday the 26th from 9 to 4. And it is $39.97 to register, but it is becoming the greatest version of you with 2 coaches, Scott McKinley and Joe Rangel. And so you get lunches served, but you will learn a lot. It says, learn what your habits drive you to lead with love in your business, gain ultimate control in life and business, use truth and love as tools to create success, learn the simple hijack that leads to a greater self-worth, and so much more. So you're just going to learn. It's a training. It's in person, but I'm going. I haven't been to one of those in a long time, so it'll be good. It'll be a good little, just a day. It's in Clovis, so it's not very far. A little over an hour. So I'm up for it. So anybody else wants to go, we can go. We can ride share and go. So just a couple things. So anyway, is anybody else, you got any other questions? Anything to say? No? Thursday night,
What time again? 7:30?
7.
I have facials lined up for that evening, but
Do you?
yeah, I have like 3 different people all coming at the same time. So
What time?
at 6.
Oh, dang. So it says it's 7. Then you could do that and zoom in, and we could just do the glass skin.
Yeah. Well, maybe, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it'll work out. Yeah. Very well could.
Yeah, you can zoom in, just put your little computer on Zoom and zoom in, and we can just do while they're doing their face and I'm talking about the products and they're putting it on. We can zoom in and do a, yeah,
Let's see.
glass
Maybe
skin.
it works.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it would. It would be so. It'd be like typical. The way
That's a hybrid.
hybrid.
That's a hybrid class.
Yeah.
Hybrid class. So it'll be good. It would be good.
Yeah.
See if you can switch them to 7 o'clock. Tell them we need their face.
I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can work out. Maybe it'll just work out that way anyway. Maybe I can
Okay.
talk
Are they
about
coming?
do something different.
Are they coming to your house?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
Tell
see.
them to come like, 15, 20 minutes early, just fill out profiles and be ready to go at 7.
Okay.
Okay. Even they could even come at 6:30, fill out profiles, have a snack, and then
Yeah.
we can do their face at 7.
Long satin hands and long satin lips, and maybe we could just talk a lot.
Let me know.
Okay, I will.
Okay, you guys.
You can up it to 6:30.
Yeah, I know I could. Let me think about that. Maybe.
All right. We'll see. We'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
I think it'd be fun.
I agree. I think it'd be amazingly fun.
Yeah, do you think you could get them on there at 6:30? I mean, if they came at 6 and they filled everything out, we could start at 6:30.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what I can do on my end.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Okay, you guys, I'll let you go. I gotta say
Good
bye.
night.
Bye-bye.
Good night. You guys have a great evening.